Hello, and welcome to the Deep Dive. We're here to plunge into some fascinating material you've shared, digging out those really crucial bits of knowledge and insight.
That's right.
Today we're tackling a classic piece of science fiction, H. Beam Piper's Time Crime. And, it feels surprisingly relevant even though it's about this huge cosmic conspiracy.
It really does.
Our mission today, for you, is to explore this universe Piper built where time travel isn't just like a theory, but it's organized. Super organized.
Yeah, meticulously. Think about it. A whole civilization existing by, well, kind of quietly watching and interacting with countless other realities, alternate Earths, essentially.
But keeping it secret, that's the key thing, right? The paratime secret. They can't let the other timelines know they exist.
Exactly. And that's where the story gets going. What happens when that incredible power, that secrecy, is broken? When it falls into the wrong hands?
What are the consequences when that paratime secret is threatened by, well, criminals from within their own society?
Precisely. So this deep dive, it isn't just about a cool sci-fi plot. It's really a look at the mechanics, the nuts and bolts of a multi-timeline civilization.
And the ethical problems, right? The moral dilemmas that pop up when you can exploit entire realities for profit.
Big time. We're going to trace this investigation, this hunt, for a really disturbing criminal group, right from the first shocking clue.
All the way to the big confrontation. And we'll look at the questions it leaves hanging.
Absolutely. Questions about power, secrecy, ethics.
Okay, so buckle up. We're diving into time crime. It definitely makes you think about infinite possibilities and maybe the hidden rules of existence. Let's jump in.
Let's do it.
So our journey into time crime starts off.
Well, it seems pretty routine at first. We've got Field Agent Squadron Curve.
Right, a paratime police officer. Yeah. But he's technically off the clock working as a guard captain.
On a fruit plantation, of all places, in a sector called Third Level Aceron. Seems normal enough.
Until a new batch of slaves arrives. And Curve, because of his background, he knows immediately something is very, very wrong. What tips him off?
It's the language first. He hears them speaking Kuranda. Now, that's not a language from this Izaron timeline.
Where is it from, then?
It's from a totally different paratemporal sector. Fourth level coal core. That's basically Ganges Valley, India, on another Earth.
Then he knows this language. How?
Yeah, he learned it using hypnomech, like a direct brain download, when he was stationed there for 2 years with the paratime police. So he knows.
Wow. Okay, so that's undeniable proof right there. Someone's moving people between timelines.
Exactly. A massive breach of the paratime secret.
Yep.
The absolute #1 rule. You don't mix timelines like that.
And there's physical evidence too, isn't there?
Yes. Beyond the language, he sees these lash marks on the slaves. They're different. Not like normal whip marks.
How so?
More like burn blisters. And he recognizes them instantly. Electric whips.
Whoa. Okay, so advanced tech, outtime technology.
Right. Stuff that definitely does not belong on this relatively primitive Iseron timeline. This isn't some local issue. It's way bigger.
The implications must hit him like a ton of bricks.
Oh, absolutely. He gets it immediately. These people were snatched from their home world, transported across realities. Their whole existence is out of place here.
A fundamental violation.
The most fundamental. So Curve instantly snaps back into police mode, takes command, orders the local dealers arrested, no hesitation.
It really makes you think, doesn't it? If you've got this hidden civilization basically living off other timelines.
Like a parasite. Yeah, that's how Piper describes it sometimes.
How devastating would it be if some huge criminal gang just blew their cover wide open?
Catastrophic.
Yeah.
Utterly. And just to give you a sense of the money involved here, these 100 slaves, valued at 2,000 obus.
Which translates to?
40,000 paratemporal exchange units.
Yes.
That's serious capital for a criminal outfit.
So this discovery, it obviously goes right up the chain of command. Fast.
Very fast. It lands on the desk of Chief Tortha Karf, head of the paratime police. And he realizes this is huge.
Big enough to interrupt a vacation, apparently?
Right. He calls his chief's assistant, Verkan Val, who's literally about to leave for a much-needed holiday on the Dwarma sector with his wife, Hadron Della.
Ouch. Imagine having to make that call to your partner. Honey, vacation's off. Again.
Yeah. 4th time it's been postponed, the text says.
Okay.
It really grounds it, shows the pressure these people are under.
So what does Karf tell Vel?
He lays it out pretty clearly. He says something like, this might be really serious. If it's just one incident, fine, routine. But I don't think it is.
He suspects a bigger pattern.
Exactly. He says it has all the marks of a large-scale operation. And then the kicker. If this is mass kidnappings, transpositions between sectors, You can see what a threat this is to the paratime secret.
Yeah, the whole foundation of their existence.
Precisely. It's not just crime, it's an existential threat.
So Val gets pulled back in, and the investigation starts uncovering the sheer scale of this thing.
And it is staggering. This isn't just a few rogue operators. It's our own people, paratimers, running a highly organized gang. They call them the Wizard Traders.
Wizard Traders. Why that name?
Because that's how they operate on the lower tech timelines, like Cold Core. They show up looking like sorcerers.
Seriously, like robes and...
Yeah, black robes, glowing masks, voice amplifiers, even these shimmering cold light auras. They use tech tricks to look like magic.
Wow, that's quite a psychological angle, using advanced tech to basically con less developed societies.
It's deeply cynical. They trade manufactured goods, beads, trinkets, but also flintlock muskets.
Firearms, that's a big interference.
Huge. They trade these things to the local nomadic invaders, the Krutha, in exchange for Kuranda captives. People captured in the chaos of this invasion.
So they're exploiting a local conflict for cheap slaves.
Exactly. And the process is chillingly efficient. Brutal, but efficient.
How does it work? The logistics must be complex.
Incredibly. They get the slaves cheap on Cold Core, transport them to secret camps, probably on some intermediate fifth-level base.
Like staging points?
Seems like it. Then they airlift them to a massive concentration camp in North America on another timeline, holding thousands of people.
Thousands. Good grief.
And from there, they distribute them in smaller batches, like the one Curve found on the Isaran plantation.
The technology involved tells a story too, right? The whips, the chains.
Yeah, those electric whips. They're identified as second-level Kifton tech, braided copper-silver wire, nuclear battery pack, heating up to 200 Celsius. Designed for pain.
And the chains.
Light, strong alloy steel. Can only be cut with an atomic torch. Riveted with power tools. All way beyond the tech level of where they're being used. It screams outtime interference.
This is industrial-scale horror. And you mentioned the local dealer, Nebuhin Abanos. He'd been doing this for years.
10 years.
Yeah.
Buying these outlanders from his secret source shows how long this operation has been running under the radar. Deeply embedded.
Okay, but there's a key player who joins Vol, right? His wife, Dalla?
Yes, Hadron Dalla. And she's absolutely crucial. She's not just, tagging along. She's a qualified narco-hypnotic technician.
What does that mean exactly?
Think therapeutic interrogation under hypnosis. She helps people access and process traumatic memories. And critically, she speaks Kuranda fluently. She did field research there.
So she can talk directly to the rescued slaves.
Exactly. And she does. She gently extracts vital details about their capture, about the Wizard Traders, their methods. It's invaluable intelligence.
And she helps them too, right? With the trauma.
Yes, that's a big part of it. She uses memory suppression techniques not to erase, but to help them cope, giving them sort of calming pseudo-memories to overlay the horror. It's quite advanced psychological first aid.
Her insights really drive the investigation forward then.
Definitely. She connects the barbarian invasion on Cold Core to the sudden availability of cheap slaves. That context is vital.
And she notices discrepancies in their stories.
Right. Some slaves remember things differently. Was the master's wife killed or kidnapped? Did the Krutha have guns or not? Little details.
What does that suggest?
It suggests the Wizard Traders aren't just operating on one cohort timeline. They're hitting multiple parallel cohorts, different probability lines, which makes tracking them even harder.
This thing just gets bigger and bigger.
It really does. And then things get complicated back on the home timeline.
Ah, the politics. The news leaks.
Yeah. This muckraking newsman, Yonder Yad, gets wind of the indemnity claim from Consolidated Outtime Foodstuffs, the company whose plantation Curve was on. They want compensation for their confiscated property.
Ugh. And Yad wants to run the story.
He's demanding the public has a right to know, threatening to expose everything if the police try to hush it up.
Which, for the Paratime Police trying to keep the ultimate secret, that's bad.
Very bad. It creates instant political heat. And Councilman Selgath Trod, he's the leader of the opposition party, sees his chance.
To attack the government, the management.
Exactly. He calls for a censure vote. But Vol has this nagging suspicion. Is Trod just playing politics, or is he actually involved? Knowingly or unknowingly?
Connected to the organization running the slave trade.
That's the suspicion. It hints at how high up this rot might go.
And then things turn violent. Deadly.
Yeah, the organization starts cleaning house, trying to silence anyone who could talk.
First target. Nebuhin Abanas, the dealer Curve, arrested.
What happens to him?
He's assassinated. Brutally. 3 strangers attack him in Kariba, right while he's being escorted by paratime agents.
Right in front of the police.
Right in front of them. And then the assassins, they don't try to escape. They instantly take poison. Halitane.
Halitane.
What's that?
A first-level poison. Very fast-acting. Paratimers sometimes carried it as a last resort to avoid capture and torture on dangerous timelines. These guys used it to ensure they couldn't be interrogated.
Wow. That's extreme commitment. Or extreme fear of their bosses.
Both, probably.
Yeah.
It shows how ruthless and disciplined this organization is. They sacrifice their own pawns without blinking. Compartmentalized.
Yeah.
Efficient.
And it tells Val they're up against something incredibly dangerous and well-connected.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And the timing is chilling. It happens just as Vel was planning an ambush for Nebuhin Abanos himself. Suggests the organization has informants, maybe even inside the police or government.
Okay, so Nebu is dead. What about Salgath Trod, the politician?
Well, here's maybe the biggest twist yet. Salgath Trod realizes he's tracked. He figures out the organization used him to attack the management, and now they plan to silence him. Permanently.
So what does he do?
He panics. Makes a desperate call to Chief Torthakarf. He confesses everything.
Confesses to being involved.
Yes. His long-running connection to the criminal enterprise, he offers to spill everything he knows in exchange for protection.
What kind of protection? He must know the police won't just let him walk.
Oh, he knows the price. Psychorehabilitation, which is described as this dreadful thing, apparently worse than physical torture, a complete reshaping of his mind.
But he prefers that to being killed by the organization.
He does. It tells you how terrified he is of his former partners, and it confirms just how high up the conspiracy reaches.
But the organization isn't done with him yet.
No. They try to kill him as he's arriving at police terminal to surrender. Disguised agents launch an attack.
Another assassination attempt. Do they succeed?
It's chaos. Volval is there, and Dalla. She reacts instinctively. One assassin raises a Needler pistol.
Oh, Dal.
She swings her shoulder bag, knocks the gun right out of his hand. Incredible presence of mind.
Wow. Good for her. So they capture that one.
They do capture one alive, thanks to her. Val takes down two others, but tragically, Salgath Trod is killed in the crossfire.
Oh, no. So they lose their key informant.
Exactly. A major blow. And now the police have a huge problem. Salgath Trod, a major public figure, is dead. But they can't say he's dead.
Why not?
Because the public doesn't know about the organization, the assassination attempt.
Yeah.
Revealing his death would raise too many questions, potentially expose the Paratine secret itself. And they need to maintain public confidence.
So what's their play? This seems impossible.
It's incredibly audacious. They decide on a full-on media deception.
They fake it.
They fake it. They keep Trod's death completely secret. They get an agent, Kostrian Golf, who's a good impersonator.
And they put him on TV.
They create a fake telecast, using Golf to impersonate Trod, combined with cleverly edited audio snippets from Trod's own past recordings.
That's elaborate. How do they make it convincing?
They get Zingana, who is Salgath Trod's mistress, to appear alongside the impersonator. Her presence lends it authenticity.
Does it work?
It's a bold, risky move. Shows the extreme measures they're forced to take. And Dalla, again, she's key here. She helps manage the situation, even comforts Zingana, forming this unexpected connection.
Does the deception hold up?
Not perfectly. That newsman, Yonder Yad, he's sharp. He eventually exposes the impersonation by comparing fingerprints shown on screen. The fake Trod has different prints.
Oh, so it blows up.
It gets exposed eventually, yes, but it served its purpose. It bought them precious time. Time to regroup, time to push the investigation forward without mass panic or political collapse.
Okay, so they bought time. But they still need to find the heart of the operation, right? The main base.
Exactly. How do you find a secret base for criminals operating across countless timelines?
Yeah.
It seems impossible.
So how do they approach it?
Val sets up a two-pronged attack.
Yeah.
On the Kolkor side, where the slaves came from,
Yeah.
Deputy Sub-Chief Ranthar Jard and his team, they're called Hegaiologists, specialists in local cultures. They conduct deep interviews with all the rescued slaves.
Trying to pinpoint exactly which Kolkor timelines the slaves came from.
Precisely. They gather every detail, religious practices, names of local kings, noble families, descriptions of estates, even things like dam construction projects. Really specific cultural markers.
And then what? Cross-reference that with timeline stands?
Kind of. They narrow down a band of possible timelines based on the cultural data. Then they use these things called boomerang balls.
Boomerang bowl.
Yeah, basically automated drones. Transposition spheres with cameras that pop into a timeline, take pictures, and pop right back. They send them out across the target timelines until, bingo.
They find them.
They spot Krutha invaders armed with flintlocks. and clear evidence of wizard trader camps. They've narrowed down the source timelines.
Okay, that's one front. What's the other?
The other is pure data analysis, back at the main computer office. A specialist named Zoltran Torres starts analyzing the transport coordinates.
The numerical codes for the timeline destinations, like the Iseran plantations where the slaves ended up.
Exactly, the conveyor head designations. And he finds something amazing. The criminals, probably just to make their own lives easier, set up their system with a hidden pattern.
A pattern in the coordinates.
Yes. The numerical intervals between the different Iseran destinations weren't random. They were all related by a minute but exact fraction back to a single hidden baseline designation. They inadvertently left a mathematical trail.
Brilliant. So they trace it back to the source code, essentially. And where does it lead?
This is the real breakthrough. Everyone assumed the main base was on some remote fifth-level sector, fairly primitive, but the math points somewhere else entirely.
What?
First-level Abzar sector.
First level. What's significant about that?
Abzar is ancient history, a resource-depleted desert world where a civilization died out ages ago. It's full of vast, empty, ruined cities. Nobody ever goes there. It's forgotten.
The perfect hiding place. Invisible in plain sight, almost.
Exactly. The perfect HQ for a massive illegal slave trust.
So now they know where the enemy base is. What's Val's move?
He doesn't hold back. He realizes this is it, the main hub. He mobilizes a massive force. We're talking an armored brigade, an airborne infantry brigade, an air cavalry regiment.
Wow, like a full military operation.
He is. He commandeers ships from different sectors. It's a force equivalent to about 3 divisions. Unprecedented for the Maritime Police.
What's the plan?
Simultaneous planet-wide assault on Abzar. Hit all the identified wizard trader camps and the main base complex at the exact same moment. Total surprise, total cleanup.
Did they worry about local contamination, using such heavy firepower?
At this point, the rulebook goes out the window. Standard regs about using equipment appropriate to local culture levels. Ignored. The priority is shutting this down now.
How do they handle capturing people without mass casualties?
They rely heavily on sleep gas bombs, neutralize everyone, slavers and slaves alike, quickly and non-lethally. They need prisoners for interrogation, both sides.
And what do they find at the base?
It's huge. A vast network. Fenced slave pens, metal barracks, workshops, hangars, warehouses.
Stockpiled with goods?
Yeah, tons of stuff used for trade on low-tech worlds, firearms, brandy, trinkets, but also advanced weapons from industrial sector timelines. This is the central depot.
Does the raid go smoothly?
Mostly. But there's resistance. An enemy freighter actually attacks and destroys Val's command conveyor during the operation.
He's okay.
Yeah, he survives. And despite that, the police forces overwhelm the base, secure the entire complex. A major victory.
So the Abzar base is taken. Hundreds of slaves rescued. The organization is dealt a huge blow. Is it over?
That's the big question, isn't it? They won a major battle, definitely. But as Chief Torthakarf points out, very wisely.
What does he say?
He says, it isn't wiped out. And it won't be wiped out for a long time. Meaning this was just one major hub. The investigation stemming from Salgastrod's confession and analyzing his records reveals deeper roots.
Like what?
Like discovering his servants were actually spies, reporting to this seemingly harmless fortune teller named Farilla. And she had detailed files on around 300 prominent people on the home timeline.
So the network is much wider, much more insidious than just the slave trade itself.
Much wider. And they realize the organization is still active on other timelines. They're running slaves out of places like the Mississippi, Missouri, Ohio valleys on certain Earths.
Selling them elsewhere.
Selling them to places like second-level Kifton sector. Abzar was big, but it wasn't the only operation. The Hydra has many heads.
So what happens to Val now? Does he finally get that vacation?
Not a chance. He gets a promotion, actually. He's appointed Chief of Duplicate Maritime Police.
Duplicate? What does that mean?
Basically, a new branch, maybe a task force, specifically created to hunt down the rest of the organization across all timelines. His job is just beginning.
It's a testament to how huge and ongoing this fight really is. It's not just mopping up, it's a long war.
Exactly. It's about maintaining order and secrecy across infinite realities, and the struggle is immense.
And what about Dalla? How does she come out of all this?
We see her really step into her own, fully part of the team now. She actually takes in Zingana, Salgastrod's former mistress.
Takes her in.
Yeah, looks after her. And there's this little moment where she's playfully trying to set Zingana up with Kostran Golf, the agent who impersonated Trod.
That's unexpected. A touch of hope, maybe.
I think so. It's like finding new beginnings, new connections, even in the middle of all this darkness and chaos. Val and Dalla. Their vacation is off indefinitely, but they're facing this together now, a true partnership in this massive, complex fight.
So, as we wrap up this deep dive into time crime, it leaves you thinking, doesn't it? In a multiverse of endless possibilities, where's that line? The line between exploring, discovering, and just exploiting.
Yeah, and what does freedom even mean when your entire existence, your whole world, can become just another commodity in someone else's trade?
We've seen how knowledge, especially advanced knowledge, can be turned into a weapon, and how deep these shadow operations can run, even in supposedly advanced societies.
Makes you wonder, perhaps uncomfortably, about the layers of reality and exploitation that might exist just beyond our own perception. What other time crimes are happening unseen?
A provocative thought indeed. Keep exploring, keep questioning. Join us next time for another deep dive into the stories that make us think. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for joining us.